Hi, in this video I want to teach you how to make this beautiful sleeveless cardigan or vest. It's up to you how you want to call it. It's done a crochet and I love the design of the stitch. It's a very easy piece to make and it looks like from the store is amazing. For now I have this in here. I want to put some buttons, or maybe not. Later on I will decide what I wanted to do with it. Like I said, it's a very easy piece to make. Any beginner can make this piece and will look amazing now that the cold weather is coming, and this color, I love it. I hope you guys give it a try and make this piece for your collection. Just to make that vest, I'm gonna use Bernat Premium. It's medium 4 and the color is dark gray heather, and calls for a 5mm crochet hook, but the one that I have is 5.5mm, and that's the one I'm gonna use. You're gonna need scissors, tapestry needle, and measuring tape to measure your work. You're gonna measure your size through your back, because it's in 2 pieces. I'm gonna show you how to do it. First, look the video and then you will understand why you need this. The size that I'm gonna make mine is size L for large, and well, you will know, this is multiple of 2, the stitch, and you'll know how to give it more or take some stitches out, when you start with your chain. Okay, I hope you understand my Spanish. Let's start. Here I chain 50 to start the piece for the back. This is the width that I'm going to give to my piece. This is for size large. If you want to make it bigger or smaller, you can do it here. You can do more chain or less chain. For example, for the medium, you should do around 44, and for a smaller one, like 40 chain. I don't know exactly if that's the same amount that you need, but with the measuring tape you can measure your back, your waist in centimeters. These have inches and centimeters, and that will be the length that you give it to your chain for the back, the width. And now we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and now we're going to work like if we're going to do double crochet. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, and the 4th chain from the hook, we're going to pull through all of them like that and leave it all in the crochet hook. Wrap around your yarn, skip the next chain and go to the next one and pull your yarn through, and now pull it through all like that. Close that stitch there and chain 1 like that. Let me show you again. Wrap your yarn around the hook. Now you're going to work in the same chain space that you did that last stitch there. In the same chain space, you pull it right through, leave all of them in the hook, wrap your yarn, skip the next chain and go to the next one, pull it around and all of them right through like that. Close the stitch and chain 1 like that. Let me do it one more time. Wrap your yarn around the hook, go to the same chain space that you did the last stitch like that. Take them all out like that, keep them in the hook, wrap your yarn, skip the next chain space and go to the next one like that. Take them out, all of them like that, in the hook, and go right through all of them. Close that stitch there and chain 1 like that. You're gonna do all this row like that. Make sure that you have all of them the same height. At the end of this row, I'm gonna show you how to finish this row here. Let me do one more time. Wrap your yarn around the hook, go to the same chain space that you did the last stitch, pull it through, wrap your yarn around the hook, skip the next chain, go to the next one, like that. Have them all 5 loops in the hook and pass through all of them like that. Close that stitch there and chain 1 like that. I'll meet you here at the end of this row. Here I had 2 chain space left. Now we're gonna wrap the yarn around the hook, go to the last stitch, chain space of the last stitch, pass it through. You have 3, run your yarn around the hook, and go to the last chain space, skipping that one, and go to the last one, and pass it through. You have 5, and now pass it through all of them. Close that stitch, chain 1. Now we're going to do a double crochet in that same chain space there. We're going to do a double crochet, and like that we're going to finish this row. Now we're going to chain 1, turn our work around, and we're going to make a single crochet in the space there on top of that double crochet. And that we're going to count as the first one at the 3 chain that will make a double crochet. That's 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to make another one to turn our work around. Okay? It will be 4 in total, 1 with a single crochet and 3 more. Now you wrap your yarn around the hook and go to that single crochet that you made there. Pull your yarn through, and you have 3. Wrap your yarn around the hook. Go to the chain space that you close the stitch here, that little hole that you make here to close that stitch, and you pass it through. You have the 5, you close that with a stitch there, and that's the stitch that we're passing through in here, and you're going to chain 1. I hope you guys can understand how to do this, and try my best, because my accent is very strong. Okay, you're going to wrap your yarn around the hook, go to the same space that you did there, you see the hole there, you pass it through, you have 3, wrap your yarn around the hook, go to the next one here, it's in the top of the stitch, you pass it through, you had your 5, and you pass it through all, close that stitch, and chain 1. Wrap your yarn around the hook, go to the hole there, you have 3, wrap your yarn, go to the next one, you have 5, and now you pass it through all, close that stitch, and chain 1. Like that you're going to do this row. At the end of this row I'm going to show you how to finish, and then from there you can work all by yourself until you have 50 centimeters long. You can do a shorter piece, or you can do a longer piece. It's up to you the length that you want to give it. I'm going to give mine 50 centimeters. Okay? And I'm going to continue working off camera. It's a really nice stitch. Here I'm finished the last stitch with my chain, and now you'll have one last double crochet. That was the 3 chain that we went up to start our work. Now we're gonna we're gonna do the chain, and then now we're gonna make a double crochet in that chain space there at the end, like that. Okay, we're gonna chain 1, turn our work around, and we're gonna do a single crochet and top of the double crochet, do a single one, chain 2 to go up, and 1 more to turn or work. That's the one that is the space here, is that one that we made in the top. Now we're gonna pass our yarn through there, through that single crochet. Make sure it's the single crochet and not the hole in there, like that. Go to the next stitch and do this. We have the 5 loops in the hook, pass it through all of them, close that there, and chain 1, like that. Then we're gonna go here, You have 3 on hook. Go to the next one, the next stitch, and like that. Close that there and chain 1. Like that we're going to continue our work, and like that you're going to finish in the end. This end you're going to finish like that, the other end different, you know, like the other side, like that. You're going to continue. I don't have to show you anymore how to finish the end because I show you the 2 ends, how they finish. Okay? I'll measure here when I have my piece, the size I want to make mine, that is 50 centimeters. I'm going to continue working off camera. Okay? This Bernat Premium is really nice and soft for this type of work, and I love the color. And the cold is almost here, and this is a beautiful color for this time of year. Okay, one more like this, chain 1 and continue. It's a really nice stitch. Here is the piece for the back. I finished. It's really nice. The stitch look gorgeous. I love it. This is the width that I gave to mine by 50 centimeters of the length. I don't know what size you guys make in yours, if you can make it smaller or bigger. That depends your size. Now to make the other piece, we're going to make a piece long enough that's going to go all the way around this piece. It's a very long piece. For me, going to be 141 centimeters long because I have 50 centimeters here plus 50 on this side and 41, I think it's 41 there. You have to measure your piece in order to do the other one, or you can measure the piece as you crochet that piece. You measure that piece all the way around. Okay, I hope you understand my explanation. If you don't, you will see what I mean when I continue with this video. Okay, let's go to the next part, the front piece. To make the front piece, I chain 34. This is going to be the piece that go in the front, and they will, as the piece go around, this piece will overlap in the front of the top of the chest. In the front, this piece overlap. If you're making this piece bigger, you have to give more chain, and if you're making it smaller, you have to do less chain, or you can do it as big as this one and the overlap will be more. Okay, but for mine I'm doing 34 chain for that piece. Okay, let's start with the front piece. Here I have my 34 chains. Now I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2, and I'm going to go to the first chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now we're going to work in this piece exactly the same way that we did the back piece, missing that chain space and going to the next one. Okay, I'm not going to explain a lot in this one because if you forgot how to start, go into the beginning of the video and start this piece exactly the same way that we did the other one. If you don't have a measuring tape, you just measure this one as you go all the way around to the other one. Okay, just make a square big enough, or that measure your waist. You know, you do the chain, measure your waist with the chain, and that will be the amount of chain that you need. Do it a little bit tight because when you finish crocheting, these tend to get bigger, and if you do it too many chain, the piece will be too big in the back. And then this one you'll do enough for overlapping in the front. Okay, I will continue off camera doing this 141 centimeters long. It's like a big scarf. What I'm doing now, it will look like that, like a big scarf. Okay, I'll measure here at the end. Here I want to show you that I finished with one of my skein of yarn, and now I had to use another one, the same color. These ones are 198 grams or 7 ounces. You're going to use 2 of them. Okay, now I'm going to show you a way to attach the 2 yarns together, the new one and the one that we're using. You're going to grab the new one, put it through the bottom of the one we're using, wrap it around your finger like that, and this one here, grab this tail and this side, put it through the hole, and hold these two together, and now pull the new one that you're attaching really tight. And like that you have your knot. I pull it here too to make sure that the knot is nice and tight. Now you cut this nice and short, and you will have the knot there exactly like the one that come in the roll yarn when they have to attach like that. It's just like that, okay? And you don't want to see that when you continue working. I'm going to continue my work off camera. I already have this piece like that. That's from the front part, and it looks really nice. Here I finished making my 2 pieces. The back piece that I have in the bottom and the top piece I put on the top. I never finish with this one because if I need to do a few more rows, I will have already my yarn attached. If I need to remove some row, I will have my yarn attached. Okay, you're going to grab a piece of the yarn from what you have left. I always start pulling through the middle of my work, and now from the outside, from the end of the outside, I'm going to start cutting for sewing. Okay, now to sew these 2 pieces together, I'm going to show you, will explain you how you're going to do this. You're going to put your 2 pieces like this, one on top of the other. I hope you can see well. Okay, you know the 2 ends here, like that, you measure it. If you have some pins, you can pin it together and it will be easier for you. Okay, and you're going to sew in the side here, these 2 pieces together, leaving 20 centimeter opening here in the top. Okay, you're going to sew and you're going to measure 20 centimeter here. After you leave that, don't finish this off. Just remove your tapestry needle and leave the extra yarn hanging there, and I will explain you why. Everybody don't have their arms the same thickness, and that's why I give you 20 centimeter, and then you sew the other side. You try it on. If you need to sew more, you already have your yarn hanging, and if you need to make it bigger, well, you can undo some of your what you sew already, and that's why to leave that extra yarn hanging there. After you finish doing that, you're gonna go here, I hope you can see well, to the top, and you're gonna start sewing again there, and you're gonna continue, you see, with a long piece, sewing all the way around the width to the other end. You're gonna finish sewing here, and then you're gonna leave the 20 centimeter opening, and then you're gonna sew the other side. Okay, and like that you're gonna have this piece, and then you finish them off with the extra tails. You sew them off and stuff like that. I'm gonna explain you again. You're gonna start by putting the 2 pieces one on top of the other with the long one in the top. Okay, and then you're gonna sew, leaving to the top part 20 centimeter opening for your arm. Okay, for the sleeve. Like that, you're gonna measure and mark it until you're gonna have your 20 centimeters from here, and then you start sewing here in the top, leaving that opening here for the arm. Okay, and then you sew the other side, this the top completely, and then at the corner you finish that off, and then come back to the other side, leaving the open and the other side here for the arm. I'm gonna sew mine off camera, and then I will show you the end result. I hope you guys understand my explanation. Something that I wanted to mention, try to sew here on the side to match each row to each row from both pieces, okay? That way, after you finish sewing, it will look like it's one whole piece, okay? Here I finished my piece, the cardigan, sleeve cardigan, or vest, whatever you want to call it. Here I have these buttons. I'm gonna sew them into my piece, like that, okay, to open and close. You can put any button you want. I have these ones here, you know, that I have in this packet, like that. Or you can use the big buttons that they are for sweaters, for jackets. And you can put one here and another one here in the bottom, or three. And you can crochet a little chain. That way you can close them. In the inside, you should put two buttons. That way, here in the bottom of the piece, they still even like that when you put it on. Something else that you can do, I have this bracelet, and this is for the hair, and you can put it on like this. Let me see if I can get it with one hand, like that. You can put it on if you don't want to put any buttons. This one is more in the medium side than closer to the medium side than the extra large. Usually when I make a piece, it's almost closer to extra large, because it's the way, you know, when I count my chains and the yarn that I'm using. But this one is closer from medium to large. That's what I want to say. It's a really nice and easy piece to make. It's very unique and very warm. It's really nice for the fall, even in winter. If you want, you can put some sleeve to it, but I like it like this. You can put it with the turtleneck underneath or whatever you like. Okay, I hope you like it. I love the design of the stitch. I'm gonna make a circular scarf with this design to show you how to make it. And give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. That way you will be receiving all my videos as I made them. And have a great day. Bye.